Storytime CTE, here we go. Well, y'all were asking for it about the forgotten FaZe house, man. No one even remembers this FaZe house, bro. No one even remembers this FaZe house. Do y'all actually remember this? From February of 2018 to like right before June of 2018, that's when this FaZe house existed. But it kind of, Oprah lived there, yeah. OSN lived there, Nikon lived there, me, Tommy, Nick Cleveland, if y'all remember him. What was the rent? It was mad expensive, but this failed miserably, bro. This failed miserably, and it low-key nerfed my entire YouTube career on my main channel because of the old FaZe CEO. The worst human I have ever met. Actually, the worst human I think I ever have met on my 27 years on this earth. Lied, stole, manipulated. So many things, bro. Just, oh my God. This man was the spawn of Satan, bro. I'm not even kidding. I'm trying to think, out of all the humans who I've known, like I've had people who I've fallen out with or whatever, but this man was genuinely evil. Like manipulated us, stole money individually from us, and then stole money from FaZe. Somehow got in a position where he was running FaZe, like he was the CEO of this for mad long, and we all trusted him and shit. It's not Lee. No, it was before. This was the man before Lee. This was before Lee. This was before Lee. I don't know if I could say his name legally. I'm pretty sure y'all know. See, yeah, Seb, bro. This man, holy shit. Like, the reason this house failed so bad is because, like, I'm trying to think of where to begin, like, where the root of this story is so I can explain to you guys from my perspective how bad I got hoed. Like, how hard I got hoed and lied to. And then, like, put in a position where I literally didn't have a choice. Like, I think back at it sometimes and I'm like, yo, there's no way that this happened, and I just, like, brushed over it. You know what I mean? If I gotta start at the start, I'll say, so everyone knows the New York house era, right? Everyone knows the New York house era. This was the Newport era, which was going well, especially for me on YouTube, right? Especially for me on YouTube. This is where we'll start, right? Around this time and towards the end of New York, we brought in like an office and employees and this guy who, you know, put his words together really well, told us exactly what we wanted to hear. We really trusted all that, you know what I mean? And he started like saying he wanted to put structure around FaZe and help build it out and execute like this vision and woo whatever. And I was never really a part of like all that. But in 2017, right? I don't know if y'all remember, I fucked with the Newport era. This was, I think, my best era on YouTube in terms of like the content I was making. Like, a lot of people like the New York era, but my individual content around this time was so fire. I fully dedicated myself to making YouTube videos and making really good YouTube videos. I got an editor. I started putting money into my shit. I was traveling. I went to Chernobyl. Like, literally my whole life was YouTube at this stage, right? And the adpocalypse happened, right? The adpocalypse happened in February. I don't know if y'all remember this, but PewDiePie said the N-word on YouTube, and all the major advertisers pulled, I think it was on a live stream, pulled their money from YouTube, right? And this was like, I don't remember. It was like, it had to be around like March or April. Do y'all remember this? All the major advertisers pulled their money from YouTube. So when I say, like, imagine one day you're getting, let's just say, like, for a video, if you're getting, like, this is not how much it was, but just to put it in perspective, say you're getting $100 every video you post, right? Or $1,000 every video you post. Now, every video you post, you get maybe $100. Maybe $100. Shit literally dropped 90% overnight, right? And a lot of the guys in the crib saw that and kind of stopped posting YouTube videos. And a lot of people at this stage were kind of just off it in general. Which, like, kind of sucked, you know what I mean? Pause the story time, please. I'll have ads. Damn, you gotta sub up. You got to sub up. Grody, thank you for the tier 1. And I love it. People were shocked that he said, yeah, I mean, that's why, bro, I'm talking all the major advertisers for YouTube pulled their money for a minute. So there was already like a lack of motivation in that crib, and like people were getting kind of complacent and comfortable. And now no one's making any money from YouTube videos. So it's like, damn, everyone started chilling. You know what I mean? But I'm looking around, I'm like, damn, like I'm not trying to do that. I'm not trying to chill. Like I still want to make YouTube videos and I still want to do this. And so I was, and I remember meeting with the FaZe CEO at the time, right? Meeting with the FaZe CEO at the time, who was in control. And I met with him in the backyard and I was like, yo, like I'm gonna keep making videos and keep doing this. I know a lot, like after this crib ends, like some guys want to do this, some guys want to do this. If I show you that I'm committed to this and like driven and this is what I want to do, can I get my own FaZe house, my own crib in LA? This was in like April, March or April. And he's like, yes, like if you show me and I see the results and you're not just like talking, like if you show me that you still want to do this, you could get your own crib in LA. I'll let you pick the crib. I'll let you put whatever people you want in the crib. It's all you. He's like, you'll have the green light. You have my full support. Whatever, right? So I was like, oh, bet, say less. So I went on an insane grind for the next like 7 months, right? It was like around April. Like I went on an insane grind for the next 7 months and started, all I would do every day, wake up and film my YouTube videos, edit them, send a Google Doc link to TWOP with a bunch of lists for edits and shit. Like, I remember the first video I did after having that conversation with him. It was this video. Logic surprised me. It was this video. I remember because I had like a full style. So it was May when I met with him. And this video banged too. So it was May when I met with him. And like the ad money was shit. Everyone's kind of off it. He's like, yo, listen, if you show me you want to do this, you could do this. And Banks at the time was already back in LA in the Cloud House, right? So I was like, all right, this would make sense. I could, if I actually stick to this and stay posting and get all the way to December, whenever the lease is up, I can get my own crib in LA, right? Be close to Ricky and keep doing YouTube, right? So that's what I did. That's what I did. I went on an insane grind and was posting, throwing up videos, a lot of my favorite YouTube videos were from this era. Like, look at, there's that fart. I would drive down to LA sometimes and make videos with Ricky and Rice and the Clout Gang, all those guys, go back to Newport. Like, how does this video have 3 million views, bro?
We're always making these skits.
Like, how does this video have 3 million views? It's a skit of me and my cat. It's titled FaZe Adapt Tries to Take Care of a Cat.
Okay? Dude, maybe he wants to eat, okay?
He was mad cute.
Are you hungry?
I swear you couldn't post this on YouTube today and get 3 M's.
Oh, you haven't ate all day, have you? Did you eat? Why didn't you eat any of your food? Okay, babe, we're gonna go downstairs.
Damn, I was on some shit. I gave him a Versace plate.
I'm gonna make you some food, okay? Come on, let's go. Let's go, you leave it? Let's go.
Like, that's a crazy pause. But this is deadass. This is deadass like a skit that I woke up and I filmed in the video, in the FaZe house, taking care of like my cat. But anyways, y'all get the point, right? I met with dude in the backyard, and he was like, yeah, listen, I got you. You got my full support. You could get the crib. You could put whoever you want in it if you show me that you could do this. And then I do it, right? And I do it, and low-key, I'm doing it to a point where I'm making more money, and my videos, like in my channel, is doing better than it's ever done. Damn, this hit 5 M's. And like I kept running it all the way up until right here, right here, until this video. December 17th, right? I told you the lease is up at the end of December. Lease is up at the end of December. I don't know if it's in this vlog, but around this time, that cut is crazy. Yeah, I know. I was in the middle of my lesbian era, right?
It is Alex.
I was in the middle of my lesbian era.
With another vlog.
Damn, I look mad skinny too, and just like malnourished. I am for sure malnourished. I was not very healthy, bro. Anyways, I ran it up, okay, for 7 months. And he's like, all right, bet. You could get the crib. I went down to LA. I started looking at cribs with Ricky. And, right, talking with him, like, all right, you're doing this over here on this side of LA with the Clout Gang and all this. Like, I'm going to have a FaZe house here. I went and looked at cribs. We found a crib, a fire crib, right? We found a fire crib, and then what's it called? We got it. Like, we locked it down. I remember I put my name on all, like, the utilities and everything because it ended up, like, fucking my credit mad, like, later, like, years later because I didn't pay one internet bill. Then I got it, like, sorted out or whatever. And he's like, all right, bet. Like, you got it. You did your thing. You got the FaZe house in LA, whatever. It's the middle of December, right? This is the most important time if you're a content creator to be making videos and posting them because it's Q4. The CPM is mad high, whatever. So on December 17th, I post this video, and in the next 24 hours, or the day I post this video, I think I get the crib, and I go and take like 3 trips from Newport to LA and move everything I have into that crib. And Nick moved into the crib with me. Nikon moved into the crib with me. Tommy Temper. That's one person if you're not OG. I can't believe I even had to say that. Oprah Side. All of us had moved into the crib, right? So I had just like completely blitzed my whole setup, brought everything down to this FaZe house, right? And when I get there, I'm getting ready to post my first video. Everybody's like, we're all linked up. Everyone's like, all right, I'm about to do this video. We're about to do this. We're going to follow it up with this. Everyone had like their plans, like what they wanted to do the rest of December going into the new year. And then I remember we jumped on a call. He was like, yo, let's just like jump on a call and like everyone get on the same page. And when I jumped on the call, this man was like, yo, you can't post any videos. I don't want you to post any YouTube videos in this crib. I'm like, what? I can't even believe I listened to him. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, you can't post any videos in the crib. I don't want people on the internet to think that FaZe is breaking up. You know, that you're in LA with Nikon and Tommy and like some of the guys are still in Newport. They don't know what they're going to do. So I need you to sit tight and wait while we figure out what everybody else is going to do. And then you could post. And I was like, I listened to it. I was like, all right, like, whatever. Like, I couldn't say no, right? He had control. So for the rest of December, for like the next month, like when did I actually post a video in this house? February 2nd, bro, is when we could start using the house. Of course, Gullible. Yeah, I mean, bro. Yeah, I should have fought it or something, but I was like, it's not up to me because if he wants to, he could pull the plug on this whole shit. And then, I dead ass was just depressed, just miserable every day because I just worked so hard to get into this crib, and now I'm sitting in this crib every day after living my life a specific way. All year, making YouTube videos every day, filming all day, editing at night, thinking about what I'm going to do for my next video. I just sat in bed all day and did not know what the fuck to do. I would sit in bed all day. I would be getting high as hell, sitting in my room, dark as hell. You should have filmed to have backup vids. Well, I didn't think that I was going to rush my setup down, spend like 12 hours driving back and forth from Newport to LA, bring in everything to plug it in and set it up with all the guys, have this whole like slate of like, all right, this is the reveal, this is who's in the crib, I'll do this video with this person. And I just sat in the crib in my bed all day doing nothing, just waiting to hear some news, for my phone to ring to be like, okay, bet, like you can post now. And it went on for mad long. And I would just sit up there in my room, bro. In my room and not do nothing. Just sit up there and like rewatch TV shows, stay in my bed. And I remember I seen a clip of me talking about this like recently, like, and I like was watching it back, and I'm like, damn, like the way I was talking about this.
So I was like, you know what? I've been in my room all day, probably for a couple days now. Let me just go down to the movie theater and eat my food while I watch them play 2K. And that was the last thing I remember. That was the last thing I remember. The next thing I remember was waking up in a gurney, on a gurney, handcuffed to a gurney in the back of an ambulance. What? And I had a seizure. I had a seizure on the floor of the movie theater. I didn't remember. I just woke up in the, like, this, it sounds crazy.
It's so crazy, like hearing myself talk about it.
It's like, you know, like when you see these scenes in movies, it's like blurry and like their heads turning and you can't really make anything out. That's how it was. And the only thing I saw, the only person I saw when I was in that ambulance was the guy who told me I could make videos, who promised me that if I worked hard enough that he would put me in a position that I wanted to be in, let me do what I wanted to. And then as soon as I got there,
Yeah, insane pivot. That's wild. How did that happen? Well, I mean, I told y'all I was in that house and I was like just bored. I was laying in bed all day. I didn't have shit to do. I couldn't make YouTube videos. So I was just in my room getting high all day. Like taking shit. You know what I mean? Like I was off it. I was off it for sure. I was off it. And it got to a point where I tried to stop. I remember on January 1st, I was like, okay, this is bad, bro. This is actually bad. Like I can't like live my life like this. This is fucked up. This is actually really bad. And I tried to stop, and I remember I got to like the second day of January, bro. And I was like going through it, bro. Going through it so crazy. I felt insane. I was already mentally all fucked up from the whole position I was in. You know what I mean? And I literally couldn't get off it. I couldn't stop, bro. I couldn't stop. And I wasn't talking to nobody about it. I wasn't telling no one about it. And even if I was like talking to any of the other guys, it wasn't like a thing where at that time I was really going to hear anybody. Because I just like brushed it off to the thing, to like how I talk about it. Like in my head, I like tried to justify it where it's like, okay, I'm going crazy on YouTube. I'm making enough money. My channel's doing better than it's ever been. And it makes sense, okay? You know what I mean? And then the plug got pulled, it stopped, and I just sat down and really thought about it. You know what I mean? I just really thought about it, and I tried to stop, and I couldn't. I remember the day I tried to stop on New Year's when I came back to the crib, I couldn't stop. And so I just went right back to it. I was like, all right, whatever, bro. Like, I can't do this. This is miserable. And I wasn't talking to nobody about it. And the craziest part of when I think about this is, like I told you, I was in my room. I was in bed all day. My room was on its own floor. I was in bed all day by myself. Sometimes I would like see the other guys or interact with them. But for the most part, I was in my room. I love it. Dark ass room. Shades all the way down. Just sitting there like in my bed. Off it. Just trying to sleep. Just trying to sleep until I can start posting YouTube videos again. And I would spend days in my room at a time. Days in my room. And this one day, I ordered food. I ordered Shake Shack, and I went downstairs to go grab my Shake Shack, and there was like this little stairwell where I go down to the kitchen, and then it goes down one more to where the ground level is, where some of my homies' rooms are, and where the theater is. And I went down there to pick up my Shake Shack, and normally I would just run back up to my room and eat it in bed. But I heard Clark, OSN, I heard OSN, and I heard Nikon. I heard Nikon in the theater. So I went to go eat my food in the theater. And that's the last thing I remember. That's the last thing I remember. I don't remember what happened. I had a seizure. I woke up in the back of an ambulance. And it's like, I swear it's like a movie. Like, you know how like they're getting rolled through the hospitals and they're like, there's like black bars and their vision's blurry and shit. Like I had like came back to it, and I swear to God, guess who I saw in the back of the ambulance with me? Guess who was in the back of the ambulance with me? The FaZe CEO. The old FaZe CEO, who the whole reason, like, this, like, I'm so mentally fucked up right now. I'm like, damn, like, what am I supposed to do? It's because of this fool. And that's not even the worst of it, bro. I remember I'm in this ambulance, and I get taken to the hospital, and my head is pounding, bro. My head is pounding. Like, I feel crazy as hell. And this fool is mad at me, like mad as hell. Like, he didn't even like it when he would see us smoking weed around the crib. You know what I mean? He didn't like it when he saw us smoking weed around the crib. So he was pissed. Like, instead of like trying to like meet it with like, oh, like, what's good? Are you okay? Like, what's going on? Like, talk to me. It was like, oh, this what we're doing?
I love it. I love it.
He was like, oh, this what we're doing? So instead of going back to the FaZe house that day, he was like, okay, listen, you got one option. He's like, or you got two options. You either go back to Arizona and it's GG's for you, pack it up, or you go into this hospital for the next, like, I think it was like a week or two. Like, I don't even fucking remember. It was like a week or two. He's like, either go in here and get better, or I'm pulling the plug on this shit. I'm pulling the plug on this shit. Dead ass. Like, instead of having me, like, talking to me and being like, yo, what's good? Like, what's good? Are you good? Like, wow, what's going on? Like, how did this even happen? How did you even get here? He's like, nah, like, you gotta go. We're throwing you in here until they check you out. You know what I mean? And so I went in there, and I was in there for like, I think 8 or 9 days, bro. That shit was like the most depressing, dark shit ever. And I remember when I came out, this fool took my car and he crashed my car when I was in the hospital. He took my car and he crashed my car when I was in the hospital that he threw me in. And Nikon could save this whole shit. I remember like coming home and being mad as hell because I saw my range and the whole side of my Range Rover scratched. I'm already mad, right? But I'm like, at least like mentally and like the chemical balance in my body is fine. I'm chilling. I come home, the whole side of my Range Rover scratched. There's a car seat in the back of my fucking Range Rover. A car seat. I go up to Nikon. I start fucking screaming. I'm like, Nikon, what the fuck is wrong with you? Did you take my car and fucking crash it? He's like, bro. He's like, chill. He's like, Seb told me that you said you could take his car. I didn't even talk to this fool when I was in the hospital. I didn't even talk to him. He went and lied to Nikon, took my car, gave it to his wife, I think at the time, who crashed it. There's a car seat in the back. You know what I'm saying? And I just remember being like, bro, like, there's just no way. And it's not to, like, add on top of everything else he did to FaZe, how he, like, individually stole money from our own pockets and then tried to finesse FaZe and lied to us individually and, like, thought that he had this vision for the brand and it, like, we all had to follow him and what he said. It was just super fucked up. It was just super fucked up. He's evil as hell. So, bro almost killed you. No, he didn't almost kill me. No. Where is he now? I don't know. I have no idea. But I don't know. I look back at that and I'm just, now it's like, damn, I feel like everything, you gotta go. Like, everything happens for a reason, you know? You go through different experiences and, like, dark times in life so you can learn and grow and appreciate when shit's good. Because shit was so not good back then. That shit was so not good, bruh. And this man was dead ass evil. Why am I catching this right now? But, like, maybe without saying every single little detail, that's kind of like the gist of it, at least from my perspective. You know? Did he not take 100K from you? Yes, he took 100K from me. He tried to actually double it too, right at the end when he got exposed. He took 100K from me. I think a lot of people. He convinced a lot of people that he was like this genius businessman. He was spending money to go like on these, like spending FaZe dollars. I remember one day he just started popping up in designer and going on trips. You see his Instagram story. He's on trips. He's on an island with like blue ass water and shit. Like on FaZe's dollar, salarying himself. Like, I swear. Like, we were really getting fleeced, and none of us were like in a position to like realize it at the time until way later. We were like mad young. You know, I was like 20. I was 20 years old. I was 20 years old when I moved to LA, and that shit all happened in the first month. And then I got out of the hospital, and my crib got robbed. I got out of the hospital, I come home, everything in my house is missing. Everything in my house is missing. Bro, I'm not lying. Do y'all not remember that? Bro, I got robbed. I'm like, all right, like, hello, everybody. I'll make it work. I'm like, all right, it's February, it's okay. Like, the past 6 weeks were a complete fucking waste. Pretty fucking, some pretty, like, deeply traumatic, awful things have occurred, but it's like, all right, let's just get back to it. And then my house got robbed, bro. My house got robbed, bro. Everything in my crib gone. I'm dead ass. Do y'all not remember that? I have a video of it, bro. I dead ass came home from Arizona one day, and everything from my crib was gone.
Yeah, definitely check to make sure no one's out there, but don't check to see that there's your official. And of course, I don't know what he found. My drawers are gone.
This guy jumped up on my balcony, broke into the FaZe house, stole everything I had. Like, I'm talking like over $100,000 worth of shit. Like, jewelry, clothes, shoes, camera equipment. Just threw it from the balcony to like his truck or whatever, and then dipped off, made it off. This was how soon after? Like 2 months after. And then it kept happening that year. That year was actually hell. Was he caught? Yeah, that man actually ended up going to jail. But I got, see, now I have to be careful if I talk about this part. Because there was another instance where I made a video this same year. And then I got in a lawsuit. Then I got sued. How can I talk about this? Because I can't have this shit happen again. Bro, pretty much I got robbed, right? And how do I talk about this? I just don't even want to risk this shit running this shit back. I pretty much made a video and I'm like, yo, this is the fool that robbed me. Allegedly, I pretty much made a video and I was like, allegedly this fool robbed me, right? I got receipts, I got this, I'm showing photos and all this shit, right? Without getting too deep into it, cause like one of the things that allegedly got stolen from me, a custom one-of-one Louis Vuitton bag with the FaZe logo painted on it was on sale on eBay. So I bought something else that the seller was selling and had my homie meet him up and ask him, like, yo, what's good? Like, what's going on? He acted mad sketchy and ran off. And I'm like, oh, no, it's definitely, allegedly, probably him. Allegedly, probably him. Just allegedly. These are all allegations, you know? These are all allegations. And then I made a video because that's what I would fucking do. I would just make videos and tell everybody everything that's going on in my life. And I got sued for it. I got a cease and assist. It was like, take this video down. $1 for every view this video has. That's how much he came at me for the lawsuit, bro. Oh my God. And it banged too. And it banged. The video banged, bro. Bro, that's not being sued. Cease and assist. Listen. Oh no, I got served. I'm tripping. I got served. That's what it was. Not a cease and assist. But no, I definitely got sued because it went to court and there was a bunch of charges and it was a lot of money at first. And allegedly went back and forth, got like everything except for the defamation, and then had to settle pretty much. You know what I mean? How did I not win? Because I had no proof of anything that I was saying. It was allegedly. Allegedly, I had no proof. What is the cease and desist? I had no proof. Like, there was a bunch of things that they were coming at me for, you know what I mean? But the main thing was, like, I was on video, and I was like, this is him. Right, you know what I mean? And that is, by law, the action of damaging the good or reputation of someone, slander or liberal. Oh, wow, my stream deck is... The action of damaging the good reputation of someone. So that's pretty much what I did without being able to, like, back it up. Because, like, it ran deep, like, how this even happened and how, like, my bag was even on that eBay site. You know what I mean? But... yeah, it's a GTA story. It's a GTA story. But yeah, I got sued for the next like 14 months. Yo, lawyer fees are expensive. To try to fight a case in court, oh my God, bro.
Hello, everybody.
Oh my God, that shit. And then to not even win it. You know what I mean? But I mean, yeah, that is low-key, yeah, that's kind of the story. I didn't go like too into details, like, because it's a little bit more serious. I think I did. It's like just like raised over some things without like talking about it too much because it was some pretty serious shit. You know what I mean? But that was the story of that FaZe house. That's why it never really took off the ground because it was just terrible fucking things happening. You know what I mean? Like, bro, I got there. It's like, no, can't go to YouTube. Like, can't make YouTube videos. I'm like, all right, I deadass don't know what to do then. Was sitting in bed all day on bullshit. Ended up in the hospital. Got out of the hospital. This fool crashed my car. Then I got robbed. Then I got robbed again. Then I bought back the shit that I got robbed. And it got stolen out of my range. Yo, that shit was tough, bro. What an ass year. These stories would hit for your TikTok. I mean, I don't know. I feel like I don't even know if I told it the right way or anything because I've never, I don't know. I don't want to say never, but like really talked about it like that. You know what I mean? Like in detail, like start to finish. You know what I mean? But this shit was crazy. I just, bro, the craziest thing is for me is like when I woke up and I was in the back of an ambulance, I was supposed to be in my room by myself. Like 9 times out of 10, I would have been in my room by myself. But that night, I heard them playing 2K randomly, like while grabbing my food. So I'm like, yo, I'm going to eat my food in the theater this time. And because I was with Nikon and OSN, they were able to help me, right? But I would have been by myself in my room on its own floor alone. And people die from having seizures by themselves with no one around, you know what I mean? Like, deadass, by the grace of God, I was going downstairs to order my food and I went into the theater, you know what I mean? I'm pretty sure that's how Cameron Boyce died. He had a seizure by himself. Like, there's a lot of, like, bad outcomes for that. But I went, and for some reason, I'm like, all right, I'm just going to eat it in the theater. I had been in my room for days in a row. Days. In the dark, just chilling. So that's the craziest part of that story for me. That's how I look back, and I think it's like, I look back, I'm like, damn, like, all of this shit had to go so left for it to be in a position, especially like just, at least for me in my life, had to go so this way for me to be here today where I'm at with the mentality I have and the way that I am, you know, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? hopefully I explained that right and I like got my point across, because I don't know. I haven't really ever talked about that, but that I can't talk about that FaZe house without talking about that. You know what I mean?
So much.
I can't. But appreciate the prime. Meatski with the 7 months. Thank you, Meatski. Do you still have... No, never. That's the only time I ever did. That one night. You know what I mean? No, I love y'all. For real. Thank you. Thank you, guys. I appreciate y'all so much more than y'all will ever know, that I could ever put in words. You know what I mean? Just for being here, bro. You know what I mean? Like, it's seriously a blessing being able to wake up every day and stream and talk to y'all and just sit here at desktop and just laugh and have fun. Like, this shit is fun, you know? Like, I have fun doing this. Like, I stopped doing shit on the internet around like 2021 for mad long. I just couldn't get it figured out, right? I couldn't do it, and I was like, it became something that I loved so much quickly turned into something that I just fucking hated. Like, the idea of it, I actually hated, which is ass, you know what I mean? And
I love it so much.
Over the past however many months it is now, 7? Right? Since I've started really streaming and making videos and being on stream and doing content again, I've genuinely been so happy and just grateful, you know? Like, I'm just grateful that I'm able to do this, bro. I wake up every day, I'm excited to come here and talk to y'all and sit here and just be bullshitting, bro. Laughing. Like, I genuinely am sitting here laughing the majority of the day. And even with all the guys, shout out to, like, all the guys, like, all the new FaZe members, like, everybody in this crib, everybody that I'm around every day. Like, I'm having fun. Like, this shit is fun for me again. You know what I mean? And it was not fun for so long. Like, y'all don't know. It's like the polar opposite of not fun. It was dark. Like, it was just so dark. You know what I mean? That, like, to the point where everyone distanced themselves from it. Even me. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. I feel like I'm really yapping into detail, but I really do love y'all for real. And I'm just
I love it so much.
really grateful and really happy to be in the position I am, to be able to have people in here tuned in every day and to build like a community and try to talk to y'all and make y'all laugh and give y'all advice and point you guys in the right direction and be here for the newer guys too. Like, because when we were their age, it looked a lot different. The people we were like looking up to, like, for help with this shit, were not good people. They were not good people. They were evil people. You know what I mean? That manipulated the fuck out of us and lied to us and stole from us. And it was fucked. You know what I mean? So it's really just a blessing that we were able to get the company back, FaZe back, that we were able to get this group of guys together who we all work together. Like, we all actually work together. We're all genuinely friends. We all fuck with each other. We have fun doing shit together on the internet, creating content, on stream, off stream. You know, like, that shit's crazy. Like, it's crazy that it became full circle. Especially for me, you know? So, yeah, I mean, I'm really yapping, but I'm for real. I'm just grateful. And I hope y'all know that I don't ever take this shit for granted. You know what I mean?